Indie Comics offers some of the best storytelling and most amazing artwork you will see in comic books, but they're not always the easiest things to find. So I figured I would make a short video about some of the best places to find indie comics. Now, first, let's talk about all the online platforms where you can find these. These are like basically Netflix for comic books. And the first one is probably the most popular and the one you've probably already heard of, and that's Webtoon. Webtoon has gained immense popularity with its unique vertical scrolling format, making it easy and enjoyable to read comics on your phone or your computer. They have genres for everyone, and the amount of talent on that platform is insane. Now, all that is to be said with the caveat that manga is the heavy primary focus on Webtoon. Another really good online platform is Tapas. Tapas offers a diverse collection of comics across all kinds of genres, allowing you to easily discover new and exciting stories. And with Tapas, you're not just getting comic books. They have manga, they have novels, they have a little bit of everything. They even allow the indie creators to create their own merch store, so you can also directly support those creators through that as well as buying their books. And we still have to talk about the new kid on the block with digital platforms, and that's Global Comics. Global Comics not only offers a user-friendly reading experience, but also supports creators by providing them with fair compensation for their work. You will find a huge variety of storytelling and a huge variety of artwork as well. And this app is heavily dedicated to the more Western style comics. And as well as all the small independent creators that they also have large independent companies like Dark Horse and Image that also publish their books there. So especially if you do not have a comic book shop near you and you're not aware of where the indie community kind of has their events and sells their books, these are the options that you want to focus on. On the other hand, if you do have a local comic book shop, then that's probably going to be your number one go-to place. Many comic book shops often support indie creators and carry a selection of independent comic books that you won't find anywhere else. Just browsing the shelves of a local comic book shop is an experience in and of itself, allowing you to stumble upon hidden gems and engage with knowledgeable staff members. So if you're feeling lost in a comic book shop, but you really want to find those indie or even the local indie creators, so talk to the staff members at your local comic book shop, because often there's a section somewhere in the store dedicated to either local or indie creators in general, and they will point you in that direction. And also, they've probably read 90% of what's in their store, so they could probably give you some recommendations as well. And plus, by shopping at a local comic book store, you're helping support the local economy as well as an independent business. Now, to the younger people watching this might sound like a dinosaur tactic, but check out Facebook groups. Just search indie comics on Facebook, and you will find thousands of groups online with creators trying to promote their independent comic books. This will also allow you to directly interact with the creators, allowing you to get to know the person behind the stories you're discovering. And folks within these communities often share recommendations, discuss the latest indie releases, and provide space for creators to showcase their work. Now, another great place to find indie comics are crowdfunding websites. Crowdfunding platforms like Kickstarter, Zoop, and Indiegogo are excellent resources for finding and supporting indie comic projects. These platforms enable creators to showcase their work, gain funding, and bring their visions to life. And by backing projects on these sites, you not only get exclusive access to content, but also contribute to the growth of the comic and the indie comic book scene in general. Kickstarter, for example, has been a game changer for many indie creators, allowing them to fund their projects and reach a larger audience. However, you do have to make sure you're actually searching for comic books on Kickstarter, because there's a lot of other stuff on there. Zoop, on the other hand, focuses specifically on supporting independent comic book creators, providing them with a platform to showcase their work and connect with fans. So if you're looking for a platform that's primarily just independent comic books, that's where you want to go. Now, another place you might find some, but I don't see as many there as I do on the other platforms, is Indiegogo. Indiegogo is just like many of the other platforms out there, like Kickstarter or Zoop, in that the creators on that platform rely on the audience to make donations in order to get their projects funded. So by searching through these crowdfunding platforms, not only are you going to discover new stories and new creators, but you also get to directly support the projects and help them grow. Next up, comic book conventions. If you've been watching my content for any amount of time, you know I'm a very frequent visitor of comic book conventions. Conventions are not only a great way to immerse yourself in the world of comics, but it also offers a fantastic place to discover indie comics. These events often feature entire sections of the convention just for indie comic book creators to showcase their work, interact with fans, and sell their comics directly to consumers. And while all the big, huge comic book conventions are great, like C2E2 and New York Comic Con and San Diego Comic Con, those are way more targeted towards industry professionals and mainstream, like casual fans. fans. So hop online and search for some small local conventions in your area, because that's where you're going to find the indie creators who can't afford to be at those huge conventions, because they're not free. But either way, when you find indie creators at a comic book convention, the vibrant atmosphere and sense of community at these places makes them a must visit for any comic book enthusiast. Now, the last place I'm going to recommend is social media, especially platforms like Instagram and TikTok. Many independent creators have started to utilize platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to showcase their work, share updates, and connect with fans directly. And by following indie creators on social media, you'll be able to stay updated on their latest releases, you'll get access to behind the scenes content, and even participate in giveaways or other exclusive promotions. Also, keep an eye on the creators that you are following, because a lot of the times indie creators online will collaborate and do joint projects. And this could result in some of the best storytelling and most amazing artwork you've ever seen. And you'll find online that a lot of indie creators are not out to be competition for each other. They truly want the entire community to grow. Now, I'm going to leave links down in the description of this video below of a bunch of places where you can find indie comic books. So I really hope this video helped you out in your quest to get into the independent comic book scene. And if you're a parent and you would like your kids to come along with you on the journey, you can find a video just for them right here.